Hi, I'm Derek McGregor. Welcome to Sunsports One-on-One. Every week I'll be speaking to managers and getting an insight into their characters and how they go about the job, and so much more. Today, it's one of the best loved, biggest characters, personalities in Scottish football, the 70-year-old legend that is Dick Campbell. Now in charge at League Two title chasing East Fife. Dick provides an extraordinary chat. I hope you enjoy it. Dick, in a recent made-up poll, it was claimed that those men that wear Bunnets are the best looking, the most successful, generally operate at a higher level. Was that something you'd agree with?
It was me who put it in. I laugh at it because, I wear a Bunnet because, I'm not going to hear. But it's been synonymous with me now. In fact,
I'm wearing a Bunnet out of respect.
In fact, what the f*** you got a Bunnet on for? It's only top grade coaches that get to wear them. Can't we get that f***ing off? I'm better now you're talking.
It's a very noteworthy element of your appearance, the Bunnet. Apart from obvious practical reasons, do people always pick you out about it? And they always, the man with the Bunnet?
Aye, the Bunnet's back and all that sort of stuff. Well, I'm my twin brother, and he's, I only wear it because it's cold, and it now sticks with me. Everywhere I go now, people say, oh, here's a Bunnet coming, and the rest. It means nothing to me, to be honest. I could go to a game and sit in the stand without a Bunnet, but I prefer to have my Bunnet on. Simple as that.
You're not far off 71, Dick. Here you are.
Next week.
Next.
Yeah.
You're top of the league with East Fife, League Two, but you were 3 months out. You had left Arbroath, your beloved Arbroath, just a few weeks after turning 70. Was there a period where you thought that this could be me finished with management?
Aye, 5 minutes. People that work with me know me. People at Arbroath know me. And what you need to do, players that are signed and championships that we have won, when I say we, it's my staff, they've got natural enthusiasm. I don't know if they've got that for me or no, but I've got abundance natural enthusiasm. How can I get up in the morning and not want to be a manager?
When you left Arbroath, I can imagine how upsetting it was. You'd just suffered a bad cup defeat to the Spartans. And I think the irony of you leaving after a shock result, given so much of your career has been about results against the odds, did you genuinely think, I want to get back in as quick as possible?
Right.
Or did it take you a while to get over
Derek,
that?
I'm glad you asked that question, because I need to clear it up for everybody involved. I left Arbroath. I resigned. I resigned because I did not feel that people above me weren't wanting me to stay. My biggest regret for Arbroath is that we got beat. We always get beat. People get beat. The week before we were doing in Wales, and they were a full-time side, and they beat us. And the expectation level of Arbroath was that the Arbroath people were disappointed. That team that beat us down in Wales were in Europe. Anyway, we played Arbroath and it didn't work out right. There's a couple of incidents that happened after when the final whistle went. There was one or two issues, 2 or 3 people giving an opinion. I hate people that give opinions. I only take opinions when I ask for them. I hate when they're given. So one thing led to another. Seen the chairman after the game and my vice chairman, and my chairman said to me, that wasn't very nice. No, it wasn't very nice, it wasn't very good. So I said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll make it easy for you. I'll step down. Right in there, aye, okay. Which broke my heart on Saturday night when I got home.
This is after the Spartans?
This is after the Spartan games. So I resigned. I've not got, but my chairman told me that when I phoned him the next morning again. He says, Dick, you did resign. Not once did anybody at Arbroath say, no, I'm not taking that resignation. Now, this is very, very true. So I don't want anything, telling anything different. I'm telling you what happened. Not one of them asked me to change my mind. And that broke my heart.
I was going to say, that must have cut you to the bone.
It did. I not only me,
Given everything
my brother
you
Ian, John Young, Malky, the big Rab, Douglas, that was part and parcel. I mean, I had 7.5 glorious years up there.
Incredible period there.
Can I tell you something? See the game against Kilmarnock everybody talks about. Everybody in Scottish football watched it. You know, we got beat. With 8 minutes to go, we were 8 minutes away from taking Arbroath, part-time Arbroath, in a full-time capacity up to the Premier League. And I've got a reason for that. See that night, I never picked the team. It was my twin brother that picked the team. I'm having nothing to do with it. Right? But then, do you know, these Fife thing, I'd always been friendly. There was 3 or 4 opportunities over the years that I could have went there. And there was 3 or 4 opportunities where Jim, my chairman, had phoned me and it just wasn't right. And it wasn't right for both of us. But see, Greg McDonald, this is ironic. Greg McDonald was one of our YTS at Dunfermline. So he was the manager in place. And he actually said to my chairman, I think they'd had a bad result or something. Greg's a lovely boy, a lovely human being, beautiful boy. He said to my chairman, I've had enough, go and get Dick Campbell. Dick Campbell's the man that can you imagine? And he phoned me to tell me that.
That he'd recommended you?
And my chairman phoned me. And I have not got any issues. What's the difference between potential and reality? It's realising the potential. The potential is there. People are backing us up. It's a 3-iron up the road for me. I'm delighted with it. Can we do another Arbroath? Can we do another Forfar? Can we do another Brecon? Why not?
I think if not the best, you're definitely one of the best ever lower league managers in this country. And I think it's a measure of your track record that the minute you became East Fife manager, I think most of us immediately had East Fife down as promotion candidates, if not your title candidates.
Derek, I have to stop you there. How do you describe me as a lower league manager? Go and tell me, do I not go through the same principles, the same thought process as Alex Ferguson? Does that make me a poorer manager because I'm in a lower league?
I wasn't saying
my record per games played is up there with anybody. So I don't buy that. I mean,
do you take that as a disrespect when, like yourself, I've suggested...
I do, because can I say to you?
Well, I apologise.
Aye, it's all right. You will be apologising.
No disrespect intended.
You will be apologising, because I'll knock you out if I get any carry on. But more importantly, here's the thing for you, and I'm being controversial here. Dunfermline's had 9 managers since they sacked me at the top of the league. 9. You try to tell me that was the right decision? You get sacked. There's 5 years been sacked. 5 times I've been sacked, and I'll tell you what, I tell some great stories to put it. But it's no funny.
But I'm getting the distinct impression that when you left Arbroath, you were even more motivated than ever. Is that accurate?
Well, Paul Reid's a very good friend of mine. And the people up there I love. You would have to ask the question, Derek, would Dick Campbell have kept him up? And I say without any shadow of a doubt. If the board had asked me to stay, I would have stayed. There you are. There's controversial for you.
Well.
But that doesn't make the board, they probably decided it's time for change. And I didn't agree with them, but it didn't take me long. I had more than enough for East Fife to go back into the game, and that's because we've achieved. But I've had some great times in my life with some of the best people in the world, counting Sir Alec and right down to my twin brother Ian. And a lot of help for everybody. But I'm never ever going to change. Never going to change.
What you achieved at Arbroath was incredible. Do you think you can do the same at East Fife?
Of course I can. Aye, any other club as well. Of course you can. You wouldn't be there unless you were keen to to get out. We're wanting to win the championship. I'm here to try and win a championship. And so is my staff. And trying to get that to the players. I'll tell you what's wrong with East Fife. They've got a mentality problem. They've been in that league for whenever it is. And we go the first 8 games at East Fife and we don't lose a game, right? So the mentality is improving. But then they find out that we can't go down, and then we find out mathematically that we can't go up. The mentality drops and we lose the last 4 games of the season. Now, I seen that, and I told them all that. That'll never happen again. See, if you don't have your mentality to win and taste the winning, and the taste of getting beat. See, if you've not got that, we can get yourselves a club. We can get yourselves a club because we're here to win a championship for everybody connected with that football club. I'm not saying we've got a divine right, but there's one thing certain, we'll have a go.
I mean, your passion's coming over loud and clear, Dick. I mean,
that's because you had a Bunnet on Derek.
I mean, you're 37 years as a manager now.
I'm 38, yeah.
It means clearly as much, if not even more now than what it did when you first started Brecon, 1987.
Brecon were fantastic. They were fabulous. I went for Brecon to Partick, left my brother in charge there. Fabulous football club, Brecon City. Fabulous. Forfar were fabulous. I'll tell you something. I actually thought, seriously, and I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff here that I really shouldn't be, but I would. I was expecting to go on the board at Forfar. And the chairman decided that he wasn't having that. I was out the door. And I'm not sure about doing that to people. You've got sacking people. Nobody will need to sack me. I'll walk out the door. At my age, you know, I'm 71 next week, so is my chun brother.
Now, there's clearly, I'm going to be asking you about Ian, or Pink, as he's better known in the game. But, I mean, coming up for 71, how long do you see yourself carrying on as a manager?
Whatever it takes. When the day comes that I have not got that taste I was telling you about on a Saturday morning, when you get up and you get the poached eggs and toast and everything, and fall out with the wife because you said you're going to be home at 7 o'clock. We go for a pint if you win, and we go for a pint if we get beat. So win or lose, we go for a pint. But that natural enthusiasm has got to go right in there. But see, if players walk past me, Derek, and then they say, "Hey, you gaffer," I slap them off the back of the head. "Hey, you, such and such." It's the greatest days of their life. They're playing professional football and getting paid for it.
How long have you been married to your good lady, Anne-Marie?
It was like yesterday when she asked me to marry her. 48 years.
So she's been with you from day one as you're a football manager?
She has that. She's never seen me play. She's never seen me play football.
How does Anne-Marie manage the football manager?
Tell you one thing, don't kid yourself alone. I might be the boss at East Fife. I'm not the boss in my house. Yeah, bandit, I've got the biggest garden in Logelly. No, she knows. She knows. I kind of at fault. I incorporate everybody in the football club. I would like all the players and their wives and everything every month to have a night out and have a crack and get a spirit about us. But I couldn't do it with Anne-Marie. I couldn't possibly do it. And Ian's the same way with Ron, and John's the same way Anne, where there's a natural enthusiasm about them too. And they'll be doing if you get beat. I'm doing.
Your backroom staff, you know, John Young, former St Mirren hero, still a St Mirren hero. Your brother Ian, they're with you every step of the way.
Big Malky, John Ritchie, Big Rab, Big Rab Douglas. They were absolutely fabulous people. And there isn't a day or a night that I don't think about them. And I'm very. I can ask another question to you. Look, why would I bring an Ian Campbell, who's a very qualified, successful businessman outside football? Doesn't he need football? When the kids are still on with that. He's an exceptionally talented coach on the football pitch, and he loves that. But when you see him in his everyday life, well, it's the Gucci suits. He's always got a better suit than me, right? And he's in there, and he's respected. So, John Young, John Young's been his own business for 50 years. What I can say to you is, why or how can I bring these talented players to work with me and not give them anything to do? People say I'm as good as there is. Other people will say that. I'm not. I was 23 years with Craig Brown as a staff coach. I put Alan Shearer through his badges. That doesn't make me a better coach than Alan Shearer. I love it. I don't want people to fail, but you need to be. But you cannot bring the talented A players and working with me without giving them something to do. And there you see tonight, I mean, I walk about and I check on what they're doing and I didn't miss a thing. But I trust my staff implicitly.
I mean, you've got over 1,000 games as a manager. If you were to include being a number two, you're up, what, 1,400, I think?
Aye, it's up at 1,100 a manager, and we're over 15 in the dugout.
Your success rate overall, I think, is 41%. Dick.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that high?
It's not the worst. It's not the worst. You've been manager of the year, Championship, League One, League Two. You've got
four manager of the years I've won.
You've got over 40 manager of the months. Where'd you put all the awards?
Ken this? See, that one is a brilliant one, because my wife puts it in perspective. She says, "You've been a manager for 40 years. You've only won one a year." But listen, I'm the only manager in Scottish football that's got 4 mantelpieces. But I love it. I do love it, and I'm not a bum, and I'm a good boy, and I think I'm a good boy. I'm a decent boy. I've got great friends. I've got a beautiful family. My sons are still involved yet. Ross and Ian are.
I was going to ask.
They're working with Stuart Petrie up at Montrose. I brought Stuart Petrie back from Australia when I was manager there at Ross County. So we're still there in the hostel called McGaffer.
I was going to ask, your 2 sons at different periods have been players for you.
Great players.
How was that dynamic for you? I mean, obviously it's...
Alec Ferguson told me one time it was the hardest thing he ever did, was manage his players. Probably a bit patodry. I totally agree with him. It's a very difficult thing to do, manage your own players and drop them and take them off.
Your sons?
My sons.
Yeah.
They're great players.
But did you find yourself being overly harsh on them?
Aye, I was I was ridiculously harsh on them.
You were self-conscious of how...
Because they're brought up in a football environment and they know what I expect for them. But they're still in the game yet, and they're in their 40s, and they're doing really well with Stuart Petrie. Stuart worked for us for 10 years at Dunfermline. So we must be doing something right, Derek.
I'm here at the Orium, Dick. And
Orium, aye, my son's well up here. He's one of the bosses. Aye. And he should be one of the bosses because of the amount of money they're charging me for an hour and a half.
There's no preferential rates.
Oh, no, no chance, no chance.
Your brother Ian, he's turned 60. Tell me about the exchange of gifts.
Now, look, I shouldn't really tell this story, but I'm going to tell it. Right, my twin brother and I are very, very close. Right, and I remember the night before I was 60, I worked for Ian during the day, right, and he worked for me at night, right, and we're very, very, very close. So anyway, I get a phone call the night before your 60th birthday. I didn't know what to do, but I says, "Hey Dick, can you pick me up the morning?" I says, "Why, what's wrong with you?" He said, "My car's needing a service, and you can pick me up and we'll drop it." I said, "I no bother." So my wife's got a wee bag in that, a scarf and a pair of gloves and all that, usual leather gloves.
For you to hand to him?
Aye, right. So I drives into the Ponderosa, I call it. It's bad, right? And I has a wee look and stuff. Magnificent Mercedes sports car, black. Aye. Oh, looks an absolute, honestly. His gearing's like this, template, honest. So I walks in and has a look at the car and walks into the house. And I says, "Happy birthday, brother." And he went like that, threw me a car keys for the Mercedes. I says, "You're f***ing joking. You're joking. He says, no, happy birthday, brother. And gave me a big cuddle. Well, I tell you one thing, I was fucking heartbroken. I didn't game it the day with the scarf and gloves I was going to give.
It's not fair swap, is it?
I just seen him getting them and going like that. But that's a true story. It's a true story. But twins are special people. I mean, my brother is a special guy. And my young brother at the moment's not so well. He's a wee bit uncomfortable. Duncan, he's gone through some bad times now, but we're very, very close.
I'm sorry to hear that, Nick.
That's all right. It's we'll fight. I had cancer, as you know, 14 years ago. Myself and the chairman, partly Thistle, we got cancer at the same time. Anyway, that's you've got to fight these things. Get up and fight. Fight for anything.
Well, you're talking about fighting. I mean, I hear legendary tales from some of your former players that tell about you and Ian scuffling in the dressing room.
Fighting on the floor.
Full on, fighting on the floor. And they're just sitting looking on.
He's a big Jesse.
This is before a game.
He's a big Jesse though. He's a PE teacher. Listen, I was a player by trade. I was doing all the welding and all the rest, and he was about with the Gucci stuff. But we do have stuff. It was a beauty one time.
How does that come about?
It just comes about. I says to him one time, "You're wrong there." "No, I'm not." I says, "You're f***ing wrong, right? What do you want to do about it?" And he says to me, "I'll do that," and he pushed me. I says, "Is that right? I've got the f***ing jacket off." So he started doing a bit of shadow boxing and that.
The players are looking on you?
Oh, the players are all looking on. So the next time, he's caught me a couple. I'm saying, this, I'm going to give him it, right? And I gave him a couple and the beaters were getting serious. See, by the time we were finished and got up, the players were away getting stripped. Oh, seriously.
I mean, you have to talk about managers saying to players, "Aye, the Tiger, let's get in." But they're watching you too. At it.
I think most of the players are. I'm a nightmare on the touchline, Derek. I can't handle. I'm with the boys. Ian's a PE teacher. He does all everything with the right thing and doesn't fall out with anybody. I couldn't give off.
Tell me, John wears glasses over glasses.
Aye, John Young.
That's extraordinary.
John Young, what a fucking magnificent guy he is as well. Good in Magaluf as well, I've got to say to you. Well, but we've been going to Magaluf for 35 years.
I'm told what happens in Magaluf
stays in Magaluf. Yeah, oh, for goodness sake, I'm happy enough with. But I suppose if I was to live my life, and you know what's happening in terms of, I have a lot to do away from football in terms of my charity work, or our charity work. Yeah. My mother died with dementia, and we decided to build gardens that qualify for patients who have got dementia. Touch, smell, feeling. And it's a very, very special garden you have to. So people say I'm the chairman, but I've got 12 on the committee. And I'm a front man. I get people to help me, and I do a lot of work like that. You
were given a British Empire Medal last year, Dick, for services to football and the community in Angus. I mean, that must have meant the world to you.
That was
humbling for you?
It was a very humbling period because...
Who presented it and where was it?
It was down in Kirkcaldy in the town house because Princess Anne couldn't make it or whatever the case may be. But Big Leash was there, to be honest. I went down with my family and see when you get the letter, it's like Charlie talking to you as if he's kent you for your days, you know. And I was a very, very humble guy when they tell you what you've achieved and why you've achieved it. There's a lot more in my life than me. You should never use the singular, you should always say we. My staff have been fabulous with me. They'll run through a brick wall for me. And that, see when I go, I mean, for some people would say, never mind getting a row off of Alec Ferguson, wait till you get a row off of Dick, right? But see John and Pink and Big Malky and all them, I'm only coming out the door and took the doors off the hinges and all the rest of it. They're round them with the airing round them and all the rest of it because I do not mince my words. Nobody will ever fall out with me.
It's funny you should say that because there are those who feel you swear too much. Dick, how would you react to that?
What the f I got to do with you? If I swear too much. I don't swear too much. I'll swear if I'm needing to swear. End of story. I wouldn't swear in front of my wife. I'm not that bold.
You're not that brave, are you?
But I'm an angry guy. I'm a football guy. I'm a dugout guy. I'm not going to listen to what doing this and doing. Do you think you go into all that football and everything that they're swearing? It's not important, swearing. I come from a family of 7. I come from a family of 7 in Hillabeath, same street as Jim Baxter, right? And we were brought up with a family. My dad was a miner, my mum had 2 jobs, everybody worked. We never had a key to our house. We never locked out, there were no second day soup in our house, right? You didn't do that. In fact, somebody broke into your house in 1962, it wasn't a big house, and he had to look about and painted the hall. We had nothing. That in my memories, one of the things I would say to you in my memories, I've got some great friends. I mean, you mentioned people there. Walter Smith was a very close friend of mine, as we all know, and well documented. I signed for Dundee United in 1969, 70, and Walter roomed with us in Seafield Road. And even then, his leadership qualities were there for everybody to see. See, if you weren't on that minibus at 8:45 in the morning, you had to run up to Tannadice. It's about 6 miles. Walter was magnificent to me. Magnificent. And then there's Craig Brown, and these are all people I could name drop, but the real people are the people that I served my apprenticeship with. In the boat year, I still keep up with them all. I used to be a big smoker, but now I wouldn't thank you for a fag. I'm not a fag. I've put on a bit of weight, but I'm wanting to win another championship, Derek. That's what we are wanting. The club, look at them, the whole place is buzzing. It's great to be a part of it, and I'm their leader, so they'll be blowing the trumpets, hopefully at the end of the season.
Dick, you're one of the funniest guys in football management in the game, as well as being a seriously motivated manager. You're always someone that makes people laugh, great company. It's fair to say you like a wee drink and a bit of karaoke? Wee sing-song? Is that how it relieves the pressure
I got
for
done
you?
with all that. I was supposed to go done for singing sectarian songs and everything, and it was never a sectarian. I've never been a Rangers man or a Celtic man all my life. But I do like a karaoke. I like listening to. I like.
What's your tune? What's the one?
King of the Road.
King of the Road,
trailers for sale around. Magnificent.
What's your go-to one?
I could do a bit of my way with Sonata.
Aye.
Through it all, when there was dance. Yeah, get into that.
Hey, don't stop.
No. Light it up and start it out. But most of all, doesn't matter, I'm forgot what I'm going to sing. Right? But we do have it's what I was saying to you. The time to work and the time to play. You can't be an anger manager all your life.
Do you think that's a hallmark of your success over so long a period, that your relationship with the players, your backroom staff?
Absolutely no
doubt. You work hard when it's time, but there's a time to
absolutely no doubt.
Have a bit of fun.
The players know to cross me when I'm angry. Right? Willie McLean told me many years ago, and I've stuck by it. The time to work and time to play thing. When I walk into a dressing room, there's total silence. It's a respectful thing. And when I've got my working head on, no talks when I'm wanting to talk, right? It's as simple as that. But Willie McLean told me one time, he says to me, I was working with Willie at Largs, him and I were great friends. And Willie says to me, he says, Dick, listen to this, son, you can go all the way, he says to me. He says, but here's a wee bit of advice for you. See, in life, if things don't change, it stays the same. You ever think about that? If it doesn't change, it stays the same. And if it needs to change, you need to change it. And I've lived by that. I sincerely live by that. Opinions. See if somebody in your football club turns in and gives us an opinion, I'll turn in and say to my brother Ian, I'll say to my brother Ian, oh Ian, did you hear me asking him for an opinion in the team talk? No, he never. I said, John, did you hear anything like that? What the f*** are you giving me opinions for? Opinions are only interesting to me if I ask for them. I do not like players continually giving me an opinion. I don't like that. And they know that. They know that. That's
would I be right in saying there's no bigger fan of Sir Alex Ferguson than yourself?
Well, I'm the same. Everybody in the world's a fan of Alex, isn't they? A nice man, lovely man. See, Bert Payton. Bert Payton played with Alex in the 60s. What a time Dunfermline had in the 60s, didn't they? 3 semi-finals in Europe,
Incredible.
2 cup finals, 2 runners-up. And I'd love to have played with Payton and Ferguson. And see, when you talk to Alex, he's just an enthusiastic guy. He's helped me for years and years and years. He's just a lovely human being. I was very sorry he lost his missus. He's just a lovely human being, and his thought process on football, everybody in the world admires him. And I must be very, very lucky to call him a friend.
When was the last time you spoke to him or seen him?
I speak to him quite regular.
Yeah?
Aye. Fortnight ago, somewhere.
Really?
Aye. He's a horsey man. I'm a horsey man.
Aye.
But more importantly, you wouldn't think twice if you asked him about anything. But one thing you've got to do when you're talking to Alex is your integrity's got to be. Honestly, Alex, a massively popular guy. And I would never ever cross or discuss my conversations with Alex Ferguson with anybody. But I can always remember he phoned me. See that year we got beat in the last day? He phoned me in the January. I'm not kidding, it was funny. Picks up, we're top of the league in the 1st of January.
This is Arbroath?
This is Arbroath.
Yeah.
Right? And the phone goes on New Year's morning. And it's Alec, I think it's Watty. Watty, I've got to say it because I've been on the drink. All I hear is, I say, aye Watty, it's not Walter Dick, it's Alex Ferguson here. He says, I knew you would phone me, Alec. Oh, that sort of stuff. And he gave me hey, you've done the hard bit, you've done the easy bit, you're top of the league, you're going to accept that. And he, honestly, like that.
Pep talk.
Oh, yuck. And he finished it all with saying, and by the way, Happy New Year.
What does his friendship mean to you?
Oh, I mean, I seen him at the Scotland game in Germany. And we actually missed each other. But he's texting me and I'm texting him. That's how close. He got me sorted out and looked after me. And, he will look after me. I'm going down to see him very shortly with John and Jimmy and my brother Ian and Bert. And we're going to spend a day with him.
Oh, wow.
And,
what a day that is.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. But I watched him working when he was younger as well. Archie Knox is very close to me. Good friends. And Walter's no here no more, Craig's no here no more. They were all guys that the circles that I moved in, you know.
Is it true you once invited Archie to Brecon City?
Well,
I think Archie had just lost his job down south, one of his positions down south. Is it true that you phoned?
Positions. What I did do is, I think you're getting Brecon mixed up with Ross County.
Right.
Ross County. I'll tell you about Archie Knox. Right. I've got to say to you.
I tell the wee story relating to the hedge at Glebe Park.
What?
No? Am I wrong there?
No,
Have I got that wrong?
You might.
I beg your pardon.
Right, I'll tell you. Archie, he was a phenomenal guy, for a laugh. Right? He came up to Ross County when I was at Ross County. He came up on the Saturday night and he stayed the whole week. Stayed with me. I had a house in Bunnet. He took the train in every morning. He took the kids in the afternoon. And see, in the morning we would go to Tesco's and get the old English meal. And we would rattle the Bunnet having at night. And I have never seen all the boys, Eric Blacks in this world, and people who love him the same as Jimmy Bones, who love him the same as me. I seen him coaching a midfield support exercise one day, and I couldn't do that. I said that I couldn't do, I physically couldn't do that because I'm not as clever as him. But to this day, it's really funny because see at Forfar, I mean I was 7.5 years at Forfar. Yeah. I thought I could go on the board there, I told you. Anyway, we won what do you call them? Him and McPhee and Stuart Kennedy. They won a championship at Forfar each, right? And they won a porta cabin. So if you go up to hospitality,
they won a porta cabin.
Well, no, they got a porta cabin with our name on it.
All right.
And
nice.
We've won the championship at Forfar. No, in fairness, I got beat in the championship with one, but we got David McGregor told me that on Saturday. Dick, you never won the championship. Anyway, the phone goes at 10:05, and everybody's dancing. and it's Archie Knox on loudspeaker. Hey guys, Archie Knox want to speak to Dick, right? And it goes, aye, you might have won the championship, but the one thing you've no done, you've no won a porta cabin, right? I was killing himself off. To this day, he was big pals. Him and I were pals. Neil Wilson, the chairman up there, was good to us.
You'll feel privileged to have worked with so many great people. Bert Payton, I mean, you were born in Dunfermline, you played for Dunfermline, managed Dunfermline, but you had a period as number 2 with Bert that was quite extraordinary as well, wasn't it? Ultimately fifth in the Premier League at one point in 97.
He's everything in my life that I would like to be. Bert comes from a family of 17. His mum and dad must have liked the blackout, you know. He's great man. Do you know, his honesty comes through. I used to be a trainer because Bert thought I was good at it, right? It's fine. But I have never, in all my years in football, heard anybody better than Bert Payton at half-time. See a manager's only got 10 minutes, 15 minutes to identify his weaknesses, his strengths, and the opposition's. Payton's magnificent at it, tell me. And he learned me so much. Derek, I was an aggressive manager. See you and all the rest of it. Don't you talk back to me, and that was, he taught me. Back off, he taught me. And I would walk in, he would turn and say to me, watch that the day, Dick. Watch Tatty Cooper the day, Dick, God bless Tatty. Watch this and watch that one. And I used to say, aye, all right. Because see if it was me. I mean, I'd been right into him, see you. Yeah, and I used to tackle the senior players. I did tackle young kids, I get into the senior players, right? And he taught me to be a manager and a coach. He taught me, and he comes up to your games. He comes up, my brother picks him up, and John Young, and we all go up to your games.
Keeps well? Is he keeping well?
Yeah, he's 82 or something now, sits next to me, and he'll just go, and he'll say something to me, and I'll look at him and I'll say, I missed that, you know? But I love him to bits, and in my time at Dunfermline, I never ever wanted the job.
Well, you took over from him early in '99, and I can imagine how you felt about that.
Well, John Yorkson sacked me.
But you lasted less than a year. You're top of the first division at that time, and you get sacked.
John Yorkson, the story goes, tell the truth. John Yorkson sold his shares to Blair Morgan, and Blair Morgan was delighted. He got his money back out. No, Blair Morgan, Roy Woodrow. And Roy phoned me and said to me, he says, Dick, I've got good news and bad news. And I said, what's the good news? He says, I've got all my money back out at the club. And the bad news is you're no his man, Dick. Do you believe that? John Yorkson, I'll tell you, John Yorkson, they wanted to get Leash in. That's somebody else has got an opinion on that, right? But I told you earlier on, 9 managers down the road, they've never ever got it right yet. And I'm telling you, in my opinion, if I had still been the manager, you wouldn't have been 10 million in debt. I can't even believe that Dunfermline went 10 years and spent $1 million in debt every month. It's shocking. However, that's just me giving my honest opinion. John Yorkson got it wrong.
You had 5 remarkable years at Brecon
in
City.
the Premier League. Oh,
Brecon, remarkable years at 5 remarkable years at Brecon City. Arbroath, 7.5 incredible years. You take over, they're in relegation trouble at the bottom of League 2. You then take them the penultimate game of the championship, you're leading at Kilmarnock, you win that game, you're within 90 minutes of the top flight.
8 minutes to go.
That would have been unbelievable.
Aye, it would have been nobody would have achieved that. A part-time team in a full-time capacity.
Yeah.
When we went to Arbroath, I always remember it, Derek. First game was the last game of the season doing it. Berwick, we go beat 4-1. 4-1 we go beat. And I says to my brother Ian and John, what the have I done here? Right? But anyway, we went and we did it, we did the whole thing. There was 300 odds, 400 odds of a crowd. We end up 2,000, a crowd. 300 odd season tickets, we end up 1,200.
It was incredible.
It was fabulous. Great board of directors, great chairman, great everything. And it's just...
Is that one of the biggest regrets that you weren't quite able to get it? Or should people just recognise it was sensational anyway?
Aye. I would agree with you that we missed what an opportunity we missed. But, look, I've not got any issues at all with what we achieved on the football park. And Arbroath, an amazing amount of people that speak to me about Arbroath. They speak to me in the street, they speak to me in the pub.
The profile of the club.
I know. I was brilliant.
It was astounding.
But now it is Fife. And Fifers, well, I know everybody in there too. And we've got, I wouldn't say issues, I would say that we need to stick together and create this atmosphere that they always create. I'm very, very happy on the way the mentality is improving over the football team. I'll not stop me, Derek. I can walk away in the morning. But I play golf. I play a miner's boy. I play at Glen Eagles. You can get up there for just under £600 a year.
I hope the bleep machine's working fine, because it's getting well worked with this interview, that is for sure. I can't imagine what's ever going to stop you, Dick. 13 years ago you faced up to cancer. Kidney cancer, you get a tumour removed. Within 3 months you're back in the job. That's astounding. There must have been just surviving that, never mind getting back into football.
Here's a story for you. When we got diagnosed with the cancer, my twin brother Ian and my 3 sons went in, and the boy's name was Gordon Brown. After he did the operation on me, he went to New Zealand, and he still sends me the odd email.
Is this a surgeon?
This is a surgeon.
Yeah.
This is the guy that performed the operation, and he told me.
What was the
hospital?
He showed me.
He's in Kirkcaldy. And he showed me the activity of the cancer, and it was really very, very serious. And he said, well, look, I said, now look, what's happening? My 3 sons were on the floor crying. My other son, Ian, he's got me with the shoulder. I'm quite strong. And he said to me, look, Dick, you might have 2 months, you might have 2 years, but you need to get, if you don't get this operation, you'll certainly not be with us much longer. And I said to him, guess what I said? How do you mean not get the operation? Of course we'll get the operation. We'll get the effing operation, don't worry about that. And we did. We were on our way, Pink and I, we were thinking about going to America, because Walter Smith's brother, John, he knew an expert over there who was well known in kidney cancer. And we were trying to rake up enough money to go out there and get a second opinion. And just whilst we were doing that, the phone goes and it's Gordon Brown, where are you, Dick? I says, I'm just, I'm still getting over the blow. This is 2 days later. I'm trying to work out how I can get that kind of money to go over to America. He says, Dick, can you get into Karaoke this afternoon at 2 o'clock? I want to operate tonight. And that's the God's honest truth, and I've never told anybody that. And it was a successful operation. I always remember him saying to me, 4 o'clock in the morning, he says, Dick, I've never seen anybody so strong. And he says, I think I've got it all out, Dick. Keep your fingers crossed. And God bless me, I'm still here. I've never had a fag since, but that was it. That's the God's honest truth.
As a consequence, do you regularly have to go for checks?
Yeah. Every 6 months they'll check endoscopy and they'll check my heart. But there's no signs. I'm now a diabetic, which is causing us all concern. But it's part.
See that moment you get the all clear? Is that the best victory of your life?
Derek, you never get the all clear. Nobody ever gets the all clear. It never leaves you. You've got to keep it in the veins. But when they told me they didn't want to see me I was going every 2 months. But last year, they now only see me once a year. And that's when I knew, hey, by the way, I'm on the way back, if you like. I was at Forfar at the time. They were fabulous with me. I was off for months. The boys looked after the football team. But if you talk about fighting, that's the biggest fight you'll ever have in your life.
Well, Dick, there was countless people that wished you well then. There's countless people that will always wish you the best as well. And I appreciate the chat. It's been fantastic spending time with you. Appreciate it, Dick. Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
You're better with the Bunnet on. God bless you.
Thank you, Dick. Thank you.